Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. We have a lot to talk about today, and this is going to support, I believe, many of us. And we've gotten together with her in the past, learned a lot about acupuncture, Chinese medicine, herbals, and she is a great natural practitioner in New York City. Dr. Kelly joins us once again on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. I'd like to start with an email that we got since we were together last time. This is from Seth in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And he says, I suffered a mild concussion in a car accident about 4 weeks ago. I'm still having some symptoms such as ringing in my ear and some dizziness. My doctor says that it could be a normal function of having a car accident. Would acupuncture relieve some of these symptoms?
That's a good question. Actually, I did treat several patients from like dizziness. One of the patient actually he fell down on a very heavy metal chair. So his head bumped onto the chair, then he started to have dizziness. He went to see his doctor. They did all the X-ray, MRI. They didn't find anything wrong. Then they said, we couldn't find anything wrong, so we cannot fix you. But my patient said, but I feel dizziness. I have to have a cane to walk on the street.
Wow.
So you can't help me. The doctor said, if we couldn't find anything wrong, we cannot fix you. Maybe you should go to see a psychiatrist. So my patient came to me. I helped him. His dizziness went down, so he didn't need to have a cane in his hand to walk anymore. So yes, acupuncture can help about the dizziness.
Wow. And yeah, Seth does note that there was some dizziness that he's experiencing. And I've heard of this before. After a car accident, let's say your head goes one way, back the other way, you can have lasting effects. You know, medication is not going to potentially do anything. You have to just, your body needs to heal, as I understand it. But the dizziness thing, so many of us experience that, inner ear problems and such. When you do acupuncture for dizziness, what's actually going on? What points are you hitting, and how do they connect with the body?
So in Chinese medicine, we have one pattern called the liver wind. So if you think about the wind is moving all the time, right? Wind is fast. So that's why when we talk about dizziness or even Parkinson's disease, right? Parkinson's disease patients' hand like tremor, they shaking their hands. So in that way, we kind of say if this patient has like shaking, tremor, or dizziness, usually we say it might be caused by liver wind. So wind always moving. That's why you have dizziness, you have tremor, shaking stuff. So how Chinese medicine treat dizziness is we kind of like calm down the liver, so you don't have the liver wind going up. That's why we stop your shaking, tremor, dizziness.
So I want to make sure I understand this right. This goes back to the liver again?
Yes.
Because you mentioned that before. How do we make the connection between dizziness and the liver?
Yes. How do we connect the liver and the dizziness?
Yes.
Wind usually going up, right? When you think about the wind usually moving up. Wind doesn't go down. So liver in Chinese medicine, liver's function is lifting. So moving up. That's in Chinese medicine term, liver's function is moving up the qi. So when you have some, for example, it can be from, for example, car accident or fell down, or can be from emotional stress. Then you can have the stagnation. Then stagnation actually can cause the wind or fear. So doesn't matter it's fair or it's wind, it's all going up. That's the, usually how the wind goes, right? Going up. When you have the liver wind going up, you will have the dizziness. So of course there can be other problem, right? Another problem can cause the dizziness is like a phlegm. Like we see people, if the people have the phlegm, they can like stuck, also can give you the dizziness. But if it's caused by phlegm, usually people also have kind of like heavy. They have the heavy sensation in their head. They also feel like can something just surround their head very tight. So let's come with other symptoms. That's caused by the phlegm. But for the liver vein, usually you don't have the heaviness, but you feel the dizziness.
Well, we're going deep here on all of this. I had no idea that there was a connection between the liver, but I'm seeing a lot of the connections. Last time we talked about the spleen, there was something a connection with a challenge. What else? While we're talking about the liver, what else connects to the liver in challenges that we may feel, symptoms we may have?
So another connection is some people may feel like the ear, they have like the cicada ringing in their ear, or
Yes.
have the tidal like the wave, like a wave
Yep.
coming to your ear. So that kind of problem may also associate with the liver. So especially if you have the high pitch, like a cicada ringing in the summer, if that high pitch, usually we say it's liver failure. So that's usually can caused by people have like a lot of stress. I talk about another patient who is only 40 something. He's not old at all, but he had a very stressful job. He had a lot of clients who are like rich and powerful. So he need to really take care of his clients, which give him a lot of stress. So he started to have the like cicada ringing in his ear. He went to see a lot of specialists about the ear. They couldn't figure out. They say, oh, it's just because you're aging. He's only 40, not really old at all. But they say, oh, just because you're aging, so that's the reason. What we can do is give you, something to help your hear clearly, like something about hearing aid. He said, I don't really need that. I can still hear. It just the ringing, the high pitch ringing in my ear bother me. But they couldn't do anything. That's how he came to me. And I did acupuncture. Some points it's just beside the ear. Of course, some points, to calm down the liver, let reduce the frequency of the ringing and also lower down the volume of the ringing. So it doesn't bother him that much anymore. So that's
Wow.
also associated with the liver.
There are so many people that are challenged by ringing in their ears. And I had no idea that acupuncture could support that. Is there, I don't even know if you can answer this question. Is there any medical challenge that somebody might have, could have, that acupuncture can't support?
So we are not allowed to say acupuncture can treat everything, but I do experience a lot of like very difficult cases in Western medicine. Like my patients came to me say, look, Dr. Kelly, I went to see so many doctors, but nobody can help me. Like they keep telling me you don't have any problem. The best we can give you a painkiller or go to see a psychiatrist. But can you help me? I said yes. So, always we check the pulse, check the tongue, ask the 10 questions about their digestion, their sleeping. Then we will get a pattern like what caused the problem. Again, Chinese medicine is very different with the Western medicine. We don't have a lot of terms Western medicine have, like a cancer, or this kind of term we don't have. We only have like, for example, off balance, right? You
Mm.
have either like cold, or you have too much heat in your body, or you have phlegm, or you have dampness. So what we do, we just pull you back to the balance, then your health will be back and you will feel better. That's how we treat people.
If nothing in life is 100% guaranteed, if you do a treatment on someone and they don't feel results, well, again, we can't forecast the future. Why do you think it may not work for somebody? And have you ever encountered that?
Actually, everybody is different.
Yeah.
Most of my patients, after first treatment, they feel better right away. But to some cases, I have a patient, he's still coming back to me. He has the vagus nerve problem. It's very complicated. He has the muscle pain. He has anxiety. He has stress. He has insomnia. He has tons of problem. So when he first came to me, he said, "Look, Dr. Kelly, I'm very complicated. I have so many problems. Can you treat me?" I said, "Yes, but everybody is different and every condition is different. I cannot guarantee you the first time you will feel better, but let's try." So after the first treatment, the first acupuncture, he got up, he said, "I feel very relaxed." So that's how I feel. I said, "That's fine." So then he went back home. Actually, after a day, he texted me again. He said, "Hey, Dr. Kelly, I felt better." So that it kind of like a one day, took him a day, he felt better. So every day, everyone, some people just found out, got off the table, they said, "Oh, Dr. Kelly, I feel so much better." Some people one day they text me, say, "Oh, Dr. Kelly, I felt better." So it everyone is different. I cannot say everyone will feel better right away. It may take a day, to some people.
Interesting. And that could be with any modality. You could go for a traditional deep tissue massage. And yeah, it was relaxing, but I didn't feel any relief. And then a couple of days later, wow, you know what? My shoulder feels looser. Speaking of which, can acupuncture help with things like issues with rotator cuff and, just that kind of mobility challenges that some people have?
Yes, I did have patient come in for rotator cuff tear. So I put needles, I put some needles, on the insertion of the rotator cuff muscle and some points just on the origin of the rotator cuff muscle. So then some points just on the muscle. That helped. So patient did feel better. I cannot say acupuncture can treat everything, but basically almost all my patients felt better. Just some felt right away, some felt a day, some. So everyone, including my facial rejuvenation patients, I recently got some facial rejuvenation patient. They came back. They said, "Dr. Kelly, people compliment about my face. Even like 72-year-old patients. It's a big, tall man. He said, "I went to gym. There are people compliment about my face. They said, 'Wow, your face looks so good.'"
That was my aha moment with acupuncture when you shared that a while back, that it can help with complexion, increase blood flow, like Botox, essentially. Um, Although Botox just freezes muscles, we're not doing that. We're just increasing blood flow with acupuncture on, let's say, the face. If somebody has acupuncture to improve, their looks, their skin, how long does it take to see those results?
Well, the new patient recently I got, she comes in twice a week. I think the second time she came to me, she said people are already complaining about her face. They say they saw the glowing, They saw the lifting. So
Wow. And when you do acupuncture for that purpose, um, you're just increasing the blood flow. Is that what's going on?
it's increasing blood flow is one of the function. We also I talk about like we are like a balloon full of qi and blood, right? Balloon just qi. But
Yep.
for human being, we kind of like when you were born, you basically like full of balloon with qi and blood. That's why babies, kids, they have no wrinkles, right? They are beautiful, perfect. But when we pass certain age, we started to kind of losing the qi, losing the blood. That's why we start to have wrinkles. We have like sagging. So when we, get to the end, like past 100 or something, we basically our qi and blood getting like less and less. So Chinese medicine, acupuncture, what we can do, of course, herbal too. We can give you more qi and blood, tonify you. We can like put back the qi into the balloon. So the balloon gonna like, full again. Your wrinkles started to kind of like declining, your sagging kind of like going back. So your face looks, a little bit younger. I wouldn't say I can turn you back to 18, but if you do acupuncture regularly, you do look younger. That's almost everyone.
I got to book an appointment. And same thing with wrinkles. Because of the chi and the blood flow, it'll smooth out some wrinkles too.
Yes, because when you change blood back, your wrinkles gonna kind of like going away, right? The reason why we have wrinkles, the major reason is we don't have enough qi and blood anymore. That's why we start to wrinkle. But when you put back the qi and blood, that's why you don't have wrinkles anymore.
Wow. Just to refresh everybody, you've talked about chi before. How do you describe what chi is?
Um, a lot of people translate the qi as energy. I don't think energy is 100% accurate, but it's very hard to find a term to really can explain what qi means. Um, it's like air, we cannot see it, but we breathe in, we breathe out every day, we use it. Qi is the same thing, it's in our body, but we just couldn't see it. It's not like blood. Blood, we can see it, right? Because it's visible, it's liquid, it has color. But the qi has no color and it's not visible. But in Chinese medicine, we say qi is the command of the blood, and the blood is the mother of qi. So it's like, they work together. Qi kind of telling blood, go, you move. And the blood, if you have enough blood, you can like, you have more qi. You give birth to more qi. So the qi then move the blood. It's like a good circle.
Wow. Um, I know that you don't want to call it energy. I'm a big believer in energy, been studying it for a number of years now, and how it supports us and how Reiki works and all of that, all different forms of energy. And hey, your energy, I'm energy, the vibration that we put out, you know, makes a difference. In my mind, I'm feeling the energy thing within the blood. That's how I would, when I hear the word chi, I think of energy, so to speak. But there's something there. I mean, this practice has been going on for centuries, and there's a reason why, because it works. It still supports people. Um, Going back to the basics, let's say somebody is considering acupuncture. What do you want them to know overall? Overall, what do you want them to know?
Um, I want them to know you may feel a little bit pinch on some points because my patients, every time when they come in, they give me feedback. They say, oh, I don't feel this, but oh, on that point, I feel a little bit pinch. So some acupuncture points may be a little bit sensitive. So when I'm putting the needle, you may feel a little bit pinch. For several seconds, it will go away. Okay, I don't want you to get scared, like, oh, is acupuncture hurting? It not really hurts, but to certain points, you may feel a little bit pinchy for several seconds, then it will go away, okay? Another thing for acupuncture is you got to eat before you come in, because acupuncture kind of like can help you to increase your metabolism rate. So you kind of like consume your food. So in that way, I don't want anybody coming in with empty stomach.
Wow.
Although I do have candid all the time in the office, just in case patient didn't eat. Another thing is, you may have a little bit boo-boo, like, if the needle went into a capillary, you may have a little bit bleeding, but it will go away. So I'm being very honest and transparent to you. That's all the, caution thing you can consider about before you come in. But in general, acupuncture doesn't really give big side effect like, other medicine practice. In general, you will feel very relaxed. Some people telling me, I felt the deepest sleep ever, after you put in the needle. I feel so relaxed. I feel so happy. So that's most people how they feel after the acupuncture. I think that's I want you to know before you come in.
Yeah. And even if you went to a physical therapist for something, let's say you had a rotator cuff issue, there's a really good chance you might feel discomfort. Oh, wait a minute, and it's the same thing, I believe, with acupuncture. Yeah, you might feel a little bit discomfort, but the benefits far outweigh a little bit of maybe you feel a little something, and it's only for a split second anyway. You mentioned sleep. Final question. I've always wondered about this. Somebody has trouble sleeping, either falling asleep or staying asleep. Can acupuncture help with that?
Yes, I have so many people coming in for sleeping problem. For the young people, because they're busy about their job, they're so busy at their job in the daytime and nighttime, they want to relax. So they maybe watch a movie or watch their phone. So mess up their sleep cycle, right? For other people, they just couldn't fall asleep. So actually acupuncture, one of the function of acupuncture is calm down your nerve. You feel very relaxed.
Mm.
And there are certain points. It's called like anmian. An means peaceful, mian means sleep. So peaceful sleep. So
Wow.
that point actually can really put you to very beautiful, peaceful sleep. Basically, almost all my patients can have a very good relaxed nap during the acupuncture treatment. So yes, acupuncture can help about your sleep.
Wow. And there's no side effects. And there's no chemicals being put in your body. And it's been proven over centuries. And we just keep going. And that's just part of what you offer in your practice: herbals, um, consultation, so much more. Dr. Kelly, I know you're in New York City, and acupuncture, obviously, that's something that somebody needs to visit you for. Some of the other things can be done virtually. What's your website?
It's Kelly 121 acupuncture.com.
Thank you very much for today and all the insight. Thank you for addressing Seth's issue with the car accident. Um, every time we get together, I learn so much more, and it just surprises me, although it shouldn't, because acupuncture has been here for a long time, of the things that it helps and supports with. And I appreciate that. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.